all right. So I see a bubble bouncing around my little window here, so I'm going to assume that means that I can be heard. Let's see, probably one of the more simpler ways I can verify whether or not I can be heard is by going on my computer here and seeing if I can access my TikTok on there and see whether or not I can be heard, because this is the TikTok.com. This is the first time I'm actually using the voice chat option here on TikTok. So let me check here on my computer real quick and verify /BrandMaster Martina BY. Well, let's see if I can be heard. Hopefully it won't echo too badly for you guys. I'm actually working from the laptop today. Well, I'm logged in, so what are we doing? Why don't I see nothing? So let me do it this way. Let me go over to this profile, go to my social media, right click and copy. And let's head back over here and select all and paste. And let's see if it will do what I need it to do really quickly and verify whether or not I can be heard. And I guess in order for me to verify whether or not I can be heard, I need to say something. Wonderful. Okay, so it does appear that I can be heard, that you guys can hear me on here. I'm trying a new option today. I'll just be very honest and forthright with you guys. I just did not feel like getting dressed and getting on camera. Hate to say it, so you guys get to hear the voice on today. But regardless, either way, here nor there, in, out, up, down, you guys need to receive the information that I'm sharing on today. And my hope and my prayer is that it will land with you. And you still are available to hop on and hear this information. So as of today, and today's stream, we're actually going to be continuing the information that I've been sharing over a small span of time here in the beginning of this 2026 year with regards to why you need to buy your name now, right? As a domain, why you need to own your name and why you need to buy it now. So hopefully when you guys come into this room, hey, viewer number 554193, you need to go and get yourself some credentials. But hopefully when you guys come into the room, you'll be able to hear this information. If you have questions, you can definitely pop up those questions. I do have a poll that I am also going to try and see if I can put up as well for those who enter the room. This is my first time using the voice chat feature, so we'll see how it goes and we'll see how I like it. Like I said, today I actually determined to have a self-care day, to be lazy daisy and to stay in the comfort of my bed. Hey there, Charlotte, so good to see you. I'm assuming that I can be heard. Welcome on into the room. I'm going to, if you don't mind, introduce myself to your bio by reading it. Hi, 52, very laid back, outgoing, love to cook and be around family and friends. That's awesome, Charlotte. I am BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton, and I actually endeavor to get on these TikTok streets and to teach the Gen X, new, stuck, or struggling speaker or entrepreneur how to actually get your assets in order. And I utilize the platform that I have, a brand new agency, to launch personal brands to help people pair who they are, what they do, why they are here to serve, with those who are purposed to receive it, so that we can build a personal brand and we can actually help them to gain impact and influence, to get out here in these TT, YT, FB, LI, Pinterest streets, wherever they want to, and actually, you know, put their voice, their value, and their vision out here into the world. So if that is of interest to you, I would love to have you stick and stay. If you have questions, you can definitely populate those into the comments. I would appreciate if you have any questions about personal branding, if you have any questions about speaking, if you have any questions about getting started, even here on TikTok as a brand new entity, I'd love to answer those for you. So just let me know. But today specifically, I am going to talk about why you need to buy your name as a domain, because I have to keep stressing this and pairing the connection of people who are purchasing their name with their communications, because right now people do not understand the importance of moving from free platforms like Gmail, Yahoo's, AOL's, and into paid domain-based email addresses that are professional to represent their communications out here, in the internet world. And so that is what we're talking about on today. This particular Setup Sunday, we have people understanding their very first digital asset, and that is not their logo, it's not their website, it's not any of their social media profiles, it's your name. And the analogy that I like to speak from is helping people understand that your domain name is the digital equivalent of like the deed to a house. It's the one piece of online real estate that you can truly own. And when I briefly talk about, when we discuss the 90-day plans, the first step in any plan is securing the foundation. Your domain is the foundation of your personal brand. It is the foundation of your online presence. It is the foundation of you being found even offline. Okay. And so when you own your name, you control the narrative. When someone Googles you, you decide what it is that they find. You don't have to rely on social media platforms like LinkedIn or an article that you may have on LinkedIn. You don't have to rely on YouTube and a video that you have on YouTube. You don't have to rely on posts or reels or stories that you have on other platforms like IG and Facebook or even TikTok. When they Google your name, you control the narrative of the information that they find. And even beyond that, when it's time to communicate with people, when you are actually trying to be professional, and I do say trying to be professional because you are actually being unprofessional when you're operating from free platforms like Gmail accounts, Yahoo accounts, Hotmail accounts, AOL account. You are being professional when you actually operate from an email from you@yourname.com, right? This is infinitely more professional than anything coming from a Gmail. You don't work at Gmail. You don't get paid from Gmail. You don't understand that the EPs, those are the event planners, those are the gatekeepers for speaking opportunities. And when you are operating from you@yourname.com, again, it is infinitely more professional. And that is what the EPs are paying attention to. It shows them that you're serious, right? Now, if you change your business name, your niche, your product, your platform, or your service, again, your personal brand is forever. You may change your business name, but your name is your name. You may even marry, but again, your name is your name, right? When you are brought into this good old God's green earth that we live on, you were born with a name. So even when you marry, most times when you marry, you don't change your middle name. So for females, especially younger females, I always suggest that they start with their first and middle name. That way, as they continue to go on throughout their life, they have changes. They still don't have to necessarily change their brand, meaning their personal brand. They don't lose the age or the real estate that they've actually placed on their personal branded name when they marry, because most times you don't change your first and your middle name when you get married, right? So this is the reason why I say you can future-proof your personal brand, even as a young individual, even as a more seasoned Gen X female like myself. When you go through marriage and divorce, you can still keep the name that you purchased that actually accompanies your personal brand. I hope that makes sense, okay? And so by you owning your name, it gives you a permanent home on that digital real estate called the World Wide Web, right? Also, asset appreciation. Just like real estate, a good domain name over time will be an investment that, it speaks volumes, okay? So when you secure yours now, again, this is an investment that will not only become yours, something that you own, but it will also become more valuable with time. I want to make sure that you guys are understanding where I'm coming from. Those of you that are out there in TT land, you're out there in the TT lobby, you have not yet come into the stream and decided to pay a little bit more attention to this information, come on into the room. Set a spell, as I say. I'm not sure if this operates the same, if when people join, I'm available to see the same way I'm available to see when you actually see my face. I'm unsure of that, again, because this is the first time that I'm actually trying this voice chat feature. I hope my background music isn't too loud. I can't tell from what I can see when people are in and out of the room. I see different faces popping up into the window. But again, when I look on my phone, it looks completely different. Or when I look from the computer, it looks completely different than what I'm seeing here. But hopefully you guys are available to still hear me and you are available to gather this information. So what I want to do now is move a little bit further into the dangers of not owning your name, right? And what impact that has when you are out here moving in these streets, okay? Someone else literally can buy your name. A competitor, a troller, a stalker, or someone with a similar or same name. These are one of the dangers of you not owning your name on the web. And one of the workarounds that I give for that is doing a variation of your name, like work with, coached by, different things like that. I am, and I'll get more into that in just a moment. But understand, you're building your brand on rented land when you think about social media. If the platform disappears, so does your audience. And we are living in the era, meaning ERR, the era of what that is and how that's impacting people right now. Okay. Hey, Rachel, actually, I can see your image. It just popped up for me. This thing is really crazy. So Rachel is less than 500 followers. Go girl, without love, it's all just noise. That is so very true. Follow my budding business at Favor and Gift. Am I saying that correctly? So good to have you. Thank you for sitting and listening in. Hopefully something that I'm saying works well with or aligns with what it is that you are on TT seeking for. If you could, drop a comment below and let me know if you have questions. I'm not even sure, like I said, this is my first time using the voice chat feature. I'm not even sure, what this looks like or how this does, but I did not want to move beyond this and not give this information on today. I'm usually live on Wednesdays and Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And today we're talking about owning your name on the web and what that means as far as your foundation is concerned. So as I said, you're building your brand on rented land when you think about social media. And if the platform disappears or makes changes like we're actually living through right now with TikTok, the audience that you have can disappear as well. And you honestly could look like an amateur because it is the digital equivalent of having a business card with a P.O. box instead of a street address. I hope that analogy can land with some of you, right? And so what I'm always suggesting that people do is they take the opportunity to register their name so they own it. Now, what a registrar is it is the place at which you go and you purchase your name. It's called a registrar, meaning R-E-G-I-S-T-R-A-R, a registrar, right? This is the company that sells and manages domain names, and they are plenty, right? I can recommend to you GoDaddy, Namecheap, Google Domains, 1-in-1, One Stop, Wild West. There are so many, and I'm an affiliate of GoDaddy, so I always reference my affiliate link, mainly because I never give affiliate links out unless I'm going to train you on how to use it. And in my profile, there's an option for you to select to join my free founding members community. Inside of this community, I give you all of the training, all of the checklists, videos, and everything to walk you through exactly what I'm getting ready to talk you through right now. Right? Don't, and this is a pro tip, guys, pay attention to the benefits of the purchase that you make, not just the price of the purchase that you make. Okay, so don't just go for the cheapest. You need to look for a clean interface, good customer support, and the ability to ask questions and get answers. Having the affiliate link, which is domains.martinabrityelverton.com, being able to go into my profile, come into the community, see the availability to purchase your domain, watch videos, get checklists, ask your questions, and get answers on how to utilize your domain, your subdomains, and the email branded based domain. All of that is what you want to make sure you get when you go to a place like Namecheap versus getting a domain through my affiliate, right? You want to make sure that you're making the best investment for your dollars and you're getting all of the support, training, and answers that you need, okay? Again, don't just go for the cheapest, go for a clean interface, okay? Good customer support, affiliate options that will train you on what it is that they're telling you that you can get, okay? So when you get to the domain registrar, first thing you do is type in your full name, just so you can find out whether or not it's available. So most times there is a bar. I know when you go to my domain provider that I ask you to go to, and that's domains.familyfirstdesigns.com or domains.martinabrityelverton.com. When you go to those different places, the first thing that it's going to ask you is to type in your name and search. So that then allows you to type in your full name, even if it's long and lengthy, just to give you a general idea of the availability of your name, right? Once you have the availability of your name, then you are available to, okay, well, that's taken. Maybe I should pull out my last name and just go by my first and middle name. Okay, if that's taken, then maybe I need to add one of my keywords to what I'm looking for. So because I know that I am a branding expert, if I were to have noticed that Martina Britt Yelverton was taken, kind of lengthy, pretty unique, probably not going to be taken, but I could actually go to BrandMasterMartina.com or BrandMaster Speaks or something like that if I'm referring specifically to the speaking realm. Okay, these are the different things that you want to think about. Hey there, I'm Nicole. So good to see you. Have you in my live. Greatly appreciate you stopping through. If you're going to do things like that and get variations of your name, then consider what your specific industry is when you're purchasing your name and you're utilizing all the different benefits and features that come along with your domain. And pay attention to the extension. You're probably going, what exactly is the extension? That is the .com, the .net, the .org, the .biz, all of those different variations based on what you need them for. Most people will tell you go buy all the extensions because someone could take it. Well, if you're not an educator, if you're not building out a network, if you're not, if you're not starting an organization, a nonprofit, or any of those, then you may not want to go and purchase all of the extensions of your one name just to keep someone else from purchasing it. Remember, we're starting out lean. When you first start out, you don't need to purchase every extension of your name, but you do need to prioritize and always start with the .com first. Purchasing the domain. Now, that's what if it's taken and what variations do I need. When it's time to actually buy it, make sure that you add domain privacy. Why do I say that? Because this hides your personal contact information from public view. Okay, so if currently you are not set up to have your business address or any of your extended business information in place, then when you're registering that information and you're putting your home address on it, it becomes public information if you don't have domain privacy set. So always make the play for loading in when you're purchasing your domain and adding domain privacy to keep your personal information private, and also ensure that when you purchase your domain anywhere from $15 up, and yes, you can find them for much cheaper. For that first year it could be $1. The second year you could actually pay the base price of $12, and you are also available to add multiple years so you don't have to renew during that time. Make the best investment for your personal situation. Always add domain privacy. Okay, and ensure that you set it to auto renew. This way you don't lose it. And I'll tell you one other thing that most people won't tell you. When you purchase your domain, make sure that you lock it after you purchase it. You can navigate in any of those platforms that I've mentioned that you purchase it from to your domain credentials and ensure that it's locked. So between the domain privacy, between the security, okay, and between ensuring that it's set to auto renew and lock, you should not have any issues with losing your domain. Yes, it can be an issue. Yes, it does happen. Okay, so I hope that answers any quick questions that you may have somewhere in your mind. I'm not even going to try and mess this up. Wayne's Shalispan. I'm not even going to mess that up. Welcome to the stream. I'll just say that. Welcome to the stream. Again, I'm not sure if this voice chat is similar to the way that others have it when you go online. I'm seeing people popping in and out. All of y'all, welcome to the stream. So good to have you. So let's see here. Once you finished all that purchasing of your domain and you own your name, you're probably thinking, now what? Well, guess what? You don't need a full website right away. The very first thing that you need to pay attention to after you purchase your domain is ensuring that you own the email. Now, I've just told you to go to the affiliate link, domains.martinabrityelverton.com, to be able to purchase your domain so that you can own your name. That's very important. Now that you own your name and you own that address, how can you utilize that professionally? The way you utilize it professionally for your communications is you actually secure an email address for it. And that email address, which is usually the easiest, is your name, right? Meaning Martina at Martina Britt Yelverton, admin at Martina Britt Yelverton, info at Martina Britt Yelverton, contact at Martina Britt Yelverton, right? All of these are the quickest and the easiest way to utilize your domain, okay, for your communications method. Again, skipping things like your Gmails, skipping things like your Yahoos, skipping all of those and getting right into the meat and potatoes of how do they get in contact with me? I'm going to use my domain-based domain to secure email. Now I have an email-based domain for my communications. I look professional. Where would you purchase that at? I'm going to suggest you utilize Google Workspace. Why? Because even though you can use the platform inside of most domain providers for your email addresses, they're going to send you directly over to a Microsoft Word-based option, and there's going to be a slight fee attached to it in most cases. However, you can actually, because you're already used to using what the Gmail interface looks like, you can actually utilize your domain to purchase your email on Google Workspace, and it still be set up, structured, and look like a Gmail account, even though it is your domain. Your email is on your email, your branded domain space. And if you purchase it through Google Workspace, it's set up and it looks just like a Gmail to you. But again, to the outside person, they are emailing you at your domain-based email account, right? And so while I'm doing this via voice chat today, understand that I think it's very important that visually we do this so that you guys are available to see this. And that currently is not an option that I have figured out how to get to work here on TikTok, because I have seen people who are actually on screen talking, but they're sharing their screen at the same time. So what I was told is you might have to go out, take the app off your phone, put the app back on your phone, make sure you have the latest version so that you are available to talk someone through the process while showing them. I'm like, that's great. But you know what? I can do all of that right now over on YouTube. So more than likely I will come back and I will actually go live and show you guys how to go through purchasing that and setting that up. But the most important thing you want to make sure that you do is that you do begin by owning the domain. The second thing that you want to do is make sure that you attach your email to that domain. And then the third thing that you want to do is ensure that you put something at the receiving end of that domain, like maybe a one pager. I call them like a mini page or a landing page, or an info page, something that they can see so that when they arrive at your domain, right, they arrive at something on the end of that spot, that slot, that place on the web, that digital real estate. And it should be a headshot. It should be your name, a quick short bio, and links to your social media profile. I'm going to suggest that you probably want to look at doing this. Hey there, Alandria. So good to see you, my good friend. I didn't know, or I don't know whether or not this works the same as if you are on video, if you can see people coming in and out, because I see images popping up, but it's not the same because I don't see anything down in the body. But hey, we still gonna get this information out today. Right, we still gonna get this information out today, but I figured I wanted to try a different feature on here, and I'm checking out the voice chat. Thank you for breezing through, for sending a go popular, for tapping on the live. I really appreciate it. I know you are a busy lady, and I appreciate your time on tonight. And so guys, again, those are the first 1, 2, and 3 things that you want to do with owning your name. You want to make sure that you purchase the domain. You want to make sure that you go ahead and attach the email to that domain so that you continue to look professional. And then the third thing that you want to do is ensure that that domain lands and arrives somewhere, okay? And when people arrive at the somewhere, when they get there, they see something like your image, your name, your title or short bio, your social media profiles, and things like that. And again, we're actually going to do a visual walkthrough, and I'm going to ensure that that is loaded to the YouTube channel, the long form content. You'll be able to see me set it all up on screen. So the first thing I want you to actually pay attention to as we close out, because we only got 3 minutes, as we close out, your homework that I've been giving you over the last couple of streams is to buy your name. Your homework is going to continue to be simple. Each and every week, we meet twice a week. So each and every stream, you're going to have a simple assignment. And your simple assignment for this time frame is to buy your name. If you are a younger female, buy your first and middle name.com. And if you are a more seasoned individual and you want to, make it tied to your particular niche, like work with, coached by, retire with, get paid with, different things like that. If you want to use the variations, make sure that you're using the shortest form of your name as possible. So if I'm using Jacqueline Smith as the name, and I say work with JacquelineSmith.com or coached by JacquelineSmith.com, I may want to consider, if I don't always say Jacqueline and I say Jackie, then use Jackie. Because whatever you are going to utilize regularly and consistently that people are going to call you by, hey there, DJ Laugh, what people are going to regularly and consistently call you by is what you want to purchase, because it's memorable, you're comfortable with it, you're already utilizing it on a regular and consistent basis, right? And so this is the single most important thing you can do to secure your brand's future, and that is owning your name. You can go to domains.martinabrityelverton.com. If you have no earthly idea how to even get started with purchasing your name, buying your name, and owning your name on the web, if you'll have a look at my profile, there's a link to my community. It's my founding members community. It is free. You come into the community and you do what? You learn. And so I went up and I set up one of these thingamabobs here, and I want to see if I can get it to work. And I'm going to try to see, post a newly generated highlight. I don't know what that is. Like I said, I'm just testing this voice chat out today just to see, and I completely have forgotten that I was going to put a poll up today, because again, this is the first time I'm trying the voice chat feature and being able to stream live here on TikTok with just the voice chat. This is my first time using it. And I also set a poll. So hopefully that's displaying somewhere. I probably can go back on my computer here and see if I can locate that so I can see if I see it, because again, I'm just playing around, testing some things out, and I'm not even sure where that would be. So let's tap on it. And okay, I see myself, and I'm trying to see if I see the poll. And I don't. So I don't know if you guys see the poll or not. Interesting. But like I said, I don't want to prolong the live today. I want to make sure that I get through all of this. The homework for tonight, again, is to purchase your name. Again, it is the single most important step that you can do right now to secure your brand's future. And if you get stuck and you have questions, then definitely come into the community. If you have a look at my profile, you'll be able to see where the community link is. You can join for free the founding members community, and you can get this checklist that I'm creating specifically for you guys that is titled 5 Things to Do After You Buy Your Domain. I hope that information makes sense for you today. I hope you've had an amazing Love Day weekend, and that you are spending this time with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and you are taking in each and every day that you are blessed to be here among other sane, mobile, and breathing individuals, and that you are making the most of each and every day. I thank you for your time on today. I greatly appreciate it, and I look forward to catching you guys on this Watch Me Work Wednesday, because on this Wednesday, we're going to be talking about tracking money like a CEO, part 1. There's a part 1 and a part 2. And we are going to discuss that on this upcoming Watch Me Work Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate your 30 minutes on tonight, and I will catch you on Wednesday. Talk